Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel. Peter likes books. I have so many videos that I want to film over here. I have a video about all the books that I read while I was on vacation. That's video number one. Video number two is that I did a Q&A on my Instagram of all bookish questions that I want to do. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer in a bookish Q&A, please put it in the comment section below if you didn't leave one over on my Instagram, and I will make sure to include that in my bookish Q&A. That's the second one. The third one is to make some announcements about the book clubs. The fourth one is a haul, another haul that I have over here. Well, actually, I have a graphic novel haul, but I have some books that are coming later this week, so I have to wait for that. Sirens in the distance. And then I also have another Audible haul, and then I have some physical copy books that I also want to haul. So I have like 7 videos that I want to make over here. And I wasn't really sure which one I wanted to film today, but I'm wanting to get into this book, and so I thought, okay, this is the video that I'm going to do today. So let me hide the book a little. Oh, it's right there. Let me get a thumbnail for you guys. Here's the thumbnail. Okay, so I think I'm going to title this video something like, I am so excited to read this book. I have waited to read this book forever. I heard about this book, I don't know, like probably 20 years ago. I don't even know when it came out. Hold on a second, let me see when it came out. This book came out in 2000. So I think I have probably, since it came out, been waiting to read this book. And I, honest to God, I have no idea why I waited until now. So let me show you what the book is, okay? Before everybody's like, oh my God, what is the book? He's been waiting 20 years to read this book. So the book is called Talbott Street, and it is by Hutton Hayes, okay? And I don't really know a whole lot about this book or what this book is about, but let me just tell you a little history about this. So if you see on the front of here is this bar, and it says Talbot on it. It's Talbott Street. So this is the bar Talbott Street, okay? So let me give you the history of the bar Talbott Street in Indianapolis. This book takes place in Indianapolis. I'm going to read you the synopsis in just a second. The book takes place in Indianapolis. Okay, so I came out in 1990. At the time that I came out, the bar Talbott Street had just closed down, okay? And it became something else. Before Talbott Street was Talbott Street, it was a bar called the 21 Club. And the 21 Club was a huge gay bar in the United States. It had national drag pageants. It was like a huge place for drag, and it was like a huge meeting place. It was a huge bar. Like, if you've ever been to Louisville, Kentucky, they used to have the Connection, and the Connection had a drag bar, a drag stage, it had a dancing area, it had all these different bars, it had a restaurant. That was what the 21 Club was like. Then it became Talbott Street, if I understand this correctly, okay? And then it became, after it became Talbott Street, it became this bar called Faces. And then after it became Faces, years after it was Faces, it became Talbott Street again, okay? And it became, in between their Faces, it was not a gay bar. And then it became Talbott Street again, and they revamped it, and it became a gay bar again. Talbott Street is actually the bar that I met my husband at. I saw my husband. I've told this story in a million Q&As on my drama channel. So my husband, I was there with a friend of mine, and we were watching a drag show. I believe it was like on a Sunday night. And my husband was there, and he was friends with a lot of the people that worked at Talbott Street. And so this guy that was a bartender there, it was his birthday, and he was like walking around the bar, and people were giving him birthday spanks and stuff like that. And so he was giving this bartender birthday spanks. And my friend that I was with, she knew a lot of the people that worked there too. And I said, who is that guy? I'd never seen Alex before. And I was like, who is that guy? And she was like, I don't know, but I can find out. I was like, oh my God, he is so attractive. So this is back in the MySpace days. I was on MySpace later that night or the next night or something, and I was looking through different people's profiles that like worked at the bar, and I saw that Alex was friends with one of them. And so I sent my husband a message, and I said, I saw you out. I think you're very attractive. You have kind eyes. I'd like to take you out on a date. Are they coming down here to mow the grass right now? I said something to the effect of, I saw you out, I thought you were very attractive, you have kind eyes, I'd like to take you out on a date. And thus started, if you've never heard the story, you can go over and watch one of our million Q&As. Thus started the relationship of my husband and I. That was like in April, and then my mom passed, that was in April of 2008. My mom passed away in May, and then we started dating in August of that year. And actually, we had a date set up, and the weekend before that, I saw him out at Talbott Street at the White Party, which was like a famous party that they had at Talbott Street. I saw him out at the White Party before our date. So anyway, so Talbott Street kind of like holds a special place in my heart because it was a bar that I used to go out to all the time back in the day, and it was also where my husband and I met. This Talbott Street in this book is actually from the original Talbott Street, the original bar, which is so funny because my neighbor, she's going inside, or I'd ask her right now. We were talking one day, and she used to go out with all of her gay friends to the gay bars like 20 years before I came out. And so she went to the original Talbott Street and danced and stuff like that. So I had heard about this book for, the last 20 years when it came out, that it was a story, it was like a fictional story based on some truth. I actually think that Hutton Hayes is an alias of somebody else that they wrote. So anyway, let me read you the synopsis, okay? And if you go in here and you look, you can see it starts, and the prologue is Indianapolis, Indiana, 1991, which I actually came out June of 1990. Talbott Street by Hutton Hayes. Hutton Hayes was born in Indianapolis and later raised in Monroeville, Alabama, home of Harper Lee, in the setting for To Kill a Mockingbird, where the literary bug bit him at an early age. He received degrees in English and History from the University of Alabama and Indiana University, respectively, and attended the Indiana University School of Law, graduating with honors. He practiced, this is all about him, he practiced law in a corporate setting in Indianapolis until 1997, when he left the company in the practice of law to devote his energies to full-time writing. He has completed 4 novels, a book of poetry, and a short work of nonfiction exploring spiritual forms of psychotherapy. He is currently working on a novel of the South and a sequel to Keegan's Folly. So it doesn't say anything about the book in there. So let me actually look on the Goodreads for you guys, and I can tell you what the book is about. It's actually about 2 friends that meet. I think he ends up starting to date him, and it has a lot to do with the AIDS crisis and things like that. But I want to read to you guys the synopsis. It just is so weird to me if this takes place here. It is Talbott Street by Hutton Hayes. Okay. Oh, it's like such a short synopsis. Talbott Street explores love, death, and fidelity through the mysterious friendship of Nick and dying Johnny R. Through flashbacks, reminiscence, and Johnny R.A.'s journals, the narrator pulls the reader through the gripping wake of passionate friendship spanning 20 years. Actually, there's a longer description of this. Hold on a second. Talbott Street. I bought it on Amazon, so maybe that's where I read the longer synopsis of it. Okay, here it is. Talbott Street on Amazon. And the paperback is $18.87, new if you want to buy it. Oh, it's the same synopsis. How did I read a different synopsis of this? I know I read a longer synopsis of this. But anyway, it's about these 2 friends that meet, and I believe at one point they become romantically involved, and then one of the friends, through his journals, is tells the story of like them meeting and going out to Talbott Street is like the bar, is like the hub of their like friendship and things like that. What's interesting is when I was in Miami, I started reading this book. I think it's called About Ed, and it's very similar to this, but it takes place in California. And it's about these 2 friends, and they dated at one point, and it's based on it is a true story, on this guy's journals who ends up dying of AIDS. And I think he died in '84 of AIDS, and it goes through and it flashes back in time between like currently and then, and kind of like describes their friendships and the romantic relationship and their breaking up and things like that. So it's very similar to this. But I have been waiting over 20 years to read this book. I don't know what took me so long to order this book, but I'm really, really excited about this. So yeah, this is going to be one of my summer reads. Doing a lot of work in the neighborhood today. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I got a lot of videos to come over here. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.